What's going on, guys? Tectonic Edge here, and while we're waiting for the new cards to come out with new Capenna for at least to get back on, I figured I'd take the opportunity to talk about another card for the Karn board, Elixir of Immortality. And this one is really a maybe board. So I sometimes have it in, I sometimes don't have it in. And what the card is, Elixir of Immortality, it's a 1 mana cost artifact with 2, tap it, you gain 5 life, shuffle of Elixir of Immortality and your graveyard into their owner's library. Pretty straightforward effect. And the text at the bottom, bottled life. Not as tasty as I'm used to, rather stale, but it has the same effect. Baron Sigger. Which I'm pretty sure he's a vampire, and that may actually be some kind of bottle of blood in the original artwork. But anyway, this is a really good artifact for 2 matchups. Burn, or any kind of really aggressive spell-based aggro deck. So we can sometimes include Prowess, but primarily Burn, because Prowess throws creature out. And it is good against mill with that graveyard, shuffle your graveyard in. Now, if we're running Kozilek and Emrakul, we got the mill matchup covered, and we have other life gain and good cards for the burn matchup like Trinisphere. This really becomes a kind of just extra card depending on what else we're running, but it is pretty good, and it can help us out, especially in the burn matchup. There are some times where you might want the Trinisphere to shut them down, but they already have 3 mana and you're dead to it. So this can help you stabilize in that case. It's just a matter of, is it worth running this or something else? Right now, with the way the current meta is, I haven't been putting it in. If Burn gets big again, which Burn's kind of a constant presence, but there is enough other life gain things in the deck, and it's not Burn's not the biggest right now. Plus, we've got Emrakul in the sideboard and Kozilek in the main for the mill matchup, so I'm not the most worried. So yeah, it's currently out of the sideboard in most of my builds. If you have a lot of Burn, you want it. If you want extra coverage for mill, you want it. But if you're running Emrakul on the side, you don't really need it because bringing Emrakul in for mill is better. And it functions the same as Thragtusk. It's just it's like having 4 Thragtusk in the main again, because Karn, you can go and grab it. Anyway, this card does have a few other side uses. I mean, it's not you don't run it for this reason, but it can sometimes help you out in any matchup where your opponent is slowly been chipping away and is about to swing for lethal. It can buy you an extra turn. It's really situational there, and you're usually losing even if you grab it. But again, it can buy a turn. Or, again, really situational if your opponent has a Thragtusk out and it's primarily being fed from your graveyard. Shuffling your graveyard in can be pretty effective. Kozilek kind of takes the same place with the shuffle in. At any shuffle effect, it helps refill. Like, you say you get a long game going and you've burned through a lot of your threats through counter spells. Sometimes it's not bad to shuffle in. There are a few cases where I would consider bringing this into the main board too. It's useful in a lot of things, but if there are better things for Karn to grab, sometimes bringing it in for your main, drawing it, gaining 5 life, getting to shuffle your graveyard, pretty good effect. But yeah, looking at the art, that definitely looks like it, especially on the bottom, that looks like bottled blood, maybe with a flower sitting in it, giving it that color. It could be supposed to be like ambrosia, blood of the gods kind of thing. It's an interesting concept, just bottling life. But yeah, that's the quick video here. I'm going to do more of these shorter ones. Let me know what you think. Tectonic Edge, signing out.